Gamer channel. We are doing some live casino videos at the moment in our recent videos, and we've just come across this new game just while I was browsing through the games in the Evolution lobby, and it's called Dead or Alive Saloon Live. So definitely wanted to give this one a try, so I thought I'd make a quick video, put some bets down. It looks really simple. I mean, it looks complicated when you first look at it, but actually the game's quite simple. I've missed this go, but we'll jump in next time. But it looks fairly simple because basically you've got a deck of 52 normal cards, standard cards, and then you've got alongside those cards these multipliers that come up. Well, they're additions. They're not actually multipliers, but they add on to the total win. So you start with a win of 20x. And if a card is dealt and none of the bonus cards are dealt, then you just win 20x on that particular card if you're betting on it. But if you hit bonus cards, then that adds on to the total win. So it starts at 20x. And for example, if we watch this go now, if they deal anything other than a winning card like this, they've dealt a 20x, that starts adding on to the total, which is just down here. There's a bounty card. I have no idea what that card does right now because this game's literally been released today, so I guess we'll find out at some point. She may explain that at some point, but that's a 40x at the moment is the max win, and so now that's now a 30x on top of that. So we're building up this multiplier down here, and then the winning card, if you're betting on that card, you get that multiplier basically. So we're going to give it a go and see what we can get. So I'm going to bet what you can actually... I want to bet on the aces. I always bet on aces. Now this could get really expensive, so technically you could bet on all 52 cards. But this is the 10p Gamer channel. I'm not going to be betting on 52 cards. I'm going to be betting on the aces and the twos to start with. Let's see if I can get autoplay on. So I'm going to be betting on the aces and the twos and seeing what we can get. Playing at ATP a go for a while. I might up that stake in a while if we think it's worth it. So there's a 20x straight away, so it's 40 at the moment. Oh, and there's a 100x as well, so this would be the ideal time for an ace or a 2 to come out. There's been an ace recently, so it probably is unlikely. There's another 30, so this is now a 170x. So this is a decent couple of cards. A bounty card. Oh, so bounty gives you these 3 cards. I remember this from a few hours ago. So this gives you the opportunity to choose a card and add to your total win. I've picked a 50, which is perfect. So I still need an ace or a 2 at this point to come out. It's just adding bonus cards. This is a 240x now. If this comes out, it would be unbelievable. But if you were betting on the eventual winning card, that's a 2, so I've actually won £24, which is absolutely unbelievable start. Fantastic. So that's exactly what you want to happen. You want to build up those bonus cards. And that's my first bet, and we're with a 240x, and then hit your card. So I'm going to keep betting on aces and 2s for a while. I know I've just had a big win on number 2, but just to give an idea what the game's like and what sort of things are involved. So there's obviously that bounty card that we just saw, so you can add to your total. There's also involved a double card as well. So if you hit a double card, there's only 3 of those. So straight out with a 50x. So this is this is on 70x already. Just carry on explaining. So there is 3 double cards. There's 104 cards in total. If you hit a double card, it literally just doubles the total. So you can hit 3 of those. So you can imagine this could probably deliver some pretty incredible multipliers. That was 130x. If you were betting on Jack, you'd have 130x. And you can look back through the history here and you can see some of the wins that have been happening. So I hit that 240 there, which is brilliant. There's 130 over there on number 8. And there was 110 down here. I think earlier on when I was having a sort of a brief look at the game, I saw a 360x had come out. So there's some pretty good multipliers going on. But I guess it depends how far you want to go with your bet, basically. You can bet on every single card. And if you're on 10p a go like I tend to play, then that would be £5.20 a go, which is quite a lot. Depends what you start on as a balance, but that sounds like quite a lot to me. So we'll see what we get. We'll do a little bit of a session here. We're already obviously in profit because of that really good start that we had with the 240x. So let's see what we can get. There's not too much explaining to be done. The games are actually very simple, and I really like games like this where it's down to chance and it's down to the cards. Oh, there's that double I was talking about. So it was a 60. That's just been doubled to 120. Now we need an ace or a 2. It's an 8. It is what it is. But that was 120x for somebody. And I suppose this is the kind of game where if you're going to bet on sort of 8 cards, or you might want to, you know, increase the bet and bet on more cards, you're going to go through spells where you're not going to win. So looking at this, even this history here, there's been a 2 and a couple of aces. But they've actually been quite low wins in the history. So if I'd have started recording this video back here, we'd probably be doing really badly at this point. So we've got incredibly lucky there. So it depends how you want to bet. You can just bet on all 52 cards. I suppose you're guaranteed to win 20x at least, so you're going to get that back. But I can't see that being a good way of playing. That would be a very expensive way of playing, I think. We're at a 90x on this one now. These bonus cards are coming out quite frequently, so that's a 10. I mean, I'm not sure I understand why they've got this guy sat at the back just shuffling cards. It's kind of awkward. Because, I mean, obviously, you know, I play a little bit of poker and I've played a little bit of blackjack on... I know how blackjack works. I don't tend to play it on the live casino. But I did notice by playing the odd game here and there that they usually have like a machine. Oh, this guy's a machine man. Look how he's doing these cards. But they usually have a machine they put the cards into and it does the shuffling and then re-gives them the deck. But just having this person just sat in the background just shuffling cards is quite an interesting way of doing it. It just looks kind of awkward to me, and that guy has got a stare as well. But anyway, really good game. Actually really enjoying the game. There seems to be quite an extended betting period, let's say, because the game's over really quickly. Because these cards are, you know, if it, oh well, it's doubled the initial 20. You don't want that there. You want that after a few bonus cards. That's an ace though, so I'm going to pick up £4 there. So I'm happy with that. That takes me back up to £53, which is brilliant. Yeah, so the game's over quite quickly. They literally deal a card, and it's over really. I mean, especially if the win card comes out straight away. So it kind of feels strange that this betting time goes on for so long. I suppose there's a lot of cards. If people wanted to bet on individual cards, you can literally just click on a card and just bet on that. So I suppose people could be doing that, but it feels long to me. You could make this quite a quick fire game, which I quite like the idea of. Just shuffling those cards like an absolute machine. Oh, he's made a mistake there though. Oh dear. I do really like the idea of the game though, and I think there's some real potential in this game. I think there is 100x in there, but I'm not sure how many. Maybe one. But if you do hit the 100x and then a couple of and I actually hit a 200x on this earlier. Didn't get anything from it, but I know there's a 200x there. I always go on the right side. But I suppose if you build this multiplier up enough and then hit a double or even 2, you could end up with some massive multipliers on this. So we're on 80x now, and we're just hoping for an ace or a 2. That's a jack, never mind. So that was an 80x that built up to. So yeah, you can imagine if you hit a couple of cards in the right combination, you'd probably end up with some huge multipliers on this. And then you just need your card to come out, I suppose, like has happened for us with that 240x on this particular video. Straight out with a double. Gives us a 40x, and then a 20, so that's 60. I was watching this game earlier, and that's a 10, so we haven't won this time. I was watching this game earlier, and so many of those bonus cards came out, they actually had to start dealing on a second row, which was... And I don't even think the multiplier was that high. There was just these kind of like 20x's and 30x's coming out. So, it was, you know, I think it was over 100, but it's just quite interesting that you can actually... You could hit quite a lot of those in a row. There's something... I think there's 20 of the 20x's. And then quite a few of the 50s as well, and 30s. So, there's plenty in there to be hit. Yeah, so there's 19 30x's in there. And 3 50s and 100. So yeah, you could definitely get on quite a run on those. I think we'll just have a few more bets. We'll take this down. We'll take this down to £45. So we walk away with some profit, but I might add the kings just for a brief spell. Let's take autoplay off, and let's just spend some time adding a few bets in and seeing if we can come out with even a little bit more. But yeah, I think we've seen what we need to see with this game. I mean, this would be a game that I would be quite interested in playing, actually, if I was just playing for myself. So that's a 30x, so takes us up to a 50. And a double, so that's 100. A 2, a king or an ace now would be very nice. It's a jack. Oh, that was close. That would have been 100x. That would have been fantastic. A much more calm shuffler of the cards. And that's a jack, okay. That's fine. So that's a 20x on that one. So we'll have this one last hand, which I need to hit repeat bet on. I always forget to do that and end up losing my bet on a round. So we'll have this one last bet, and then I think we'll call it a video there, because we've got this one and seen what we needed to see. We've had a good win, which was just what we wanted. Yeah, so let's see what happens on this one. And we start with a 20. Okay. Let's have another one. Yeah, that's a 30. A 2, a king or an ace again, I would be very happy with. And that's a 6. So we're down to 45, so we're going to stop there. But we're really happy with that, to be honest. Coming in with that 240x on the first card was just brilliant. So thank you for joining. Thanks for watching this video. If you've watched it all the way through, it's a much shorter video this time. We have got some longer videos on some recent game show games. We played Fashion Party Mega TV over at Sky Vegas Casino, which was a wheel game, kind of like, you know, Playtex Answer to Crazy Time, really, but probably not quite as good. And yeah, so we also played Well over at Ladbrokes, which was also great fun and a much longer video. So thanks for watching this video. We're going to be doing some more videos soon, so we're going to be playing a little bit of Crazy Time. We've got some Mega Ball Fireblaze Roulette coming up as well, so stay tuned. We'll have more videos coming soon. See you soon.